Morning everyone, it's Libby from Mobster Tarot. I'd like to welcome you all along today. I'd like to welcome your guides and my guides to this reading today, and may they protect us with their light and give us the messages that we need to hear today. I want to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, and I'm a little bit late coming on today because I honestly didn't know where to start. There's so much happened in the last 48 hours. First of all, where I want to start is I want to acknowledge and send my love to Uncle Jack Charles. He was an Australian elder who passed yesterday. He was had a very difficult life, was born on a mission, a reserve, as we call them, reservation. He was taken from his mother at 4 months of age. Apparently his mother had, I believe, 13 children, and every single one of them were taken and put into government institutions. This is back in the early 1940s, to become domestic servants and labourers, etc. So they were... he was part of what we call the stolen generation, and I believe they have similar in Canada. He, in his early life, had a very difficult early life because of the abuse he received in these institutions. Was a heroin addict, he was an alcoholic, he was in jail around 20 times due to burglary charges, etc. However, he rose above all that. At 5'1", he was a pocket dynamo in life, but he was a giant in his charisma, his aura, his what he was able to give to the Australian people. He was an activist, an artist, an actor. He was a healer for the nation. He was a diplomat, and he is now a spiritual leader. Died at the age of 79. He's now with Uncle Archie Roach and Uncle David Gupalini, and I know I've pronounced that wrong because I pronounce it wrong every single time I say that. But those who know who I'm talking about know, and they are now cracking up a storm in the spiritual world. So if you don't know who Uncle Jack Charles is, please feel free to Google him. He was just such an inspirational figure and will be very, very sorely missed. He was surrounded by his family and friends when he passed, and it was fairly sudden, so it was a blessing in some ways. Okay, what do we get on to? As I said, I didn't quite know where to start today. There's been 40 subpoenas issued by the DOJ. January the 6th is meeting again. 28th of September, I believe. 2 of Trump's close advisors, one a lawyer and one a campaign strategist, have had their phones seized. Gather the subpoenas are both in regards to the fake electors scheme and the raising of the monies for the Legal Defence Fund, of which none of it went to a Legal Defence Fund, didn't even exist. 250 million was raised, 100 million apparently went to the Save America PAC, of which it just disappeared, and the other 150 million never made it anywhere that we know of. So I gather that's all been looked into. Trump at his golf, and well, it's not his golf course. Trump manages the golf course in DC. Who was he with? So far we know Eric, but who were the other half dozen that were meeting on the golf course with no golf clubs in a mob photo type situation? I want to have a look at the Kremlin elite. Yes, apparently death by window has been replaced by death by boat as CEO of Far East Arctic Development Corp. Ivan Percherin fell overboard from a yacht and drowned. Then, following the former CEO of the Far East Arctic Development Corp dying mysteriously of a stroke at 49 in February. So It's all very suspicious. I have touched on this before. There's been over a dozen mysterious deaths of oligarchs and business leaders, like significant CEO of major company business leaders in 2022 so far. So I just want to find out why it's happening. I have my suspicions because I had a dream about it. And might, if I get time, look into who's going to be caught up in the 30 million US dollars that has been spent on election interfering by Russia in the last 8 years. So, where do we start? And the Bedminster Papers. I did read on that the other day. Yes, there are top secret and classified documents at Bedminster, so I don't think I'll read on that again. I read the other day, yesterday, memory like a sieve, that Trump was at the golf course. He wasn't in DC to be arrested or anything, but he's meeting with legal advisors. So where do I go? Okay, might start 6 minutes in and I haven't read anything. I might read on the 40 subpoenas. So if you haven't caught... Now I'm going to read on the golf course, but if you haven't caught in regards to the fake electors, there is actually video footage, security camera footage of officials letting the fake electors in to the where they tally the votes and sort them out, etc. I'm not exactly up to date with how they do it all, but yeah, it was the actual elected officials welcoming in the fake electors, and it's just all very, very seedy. Okay, tell me about these people at the golf course with Trump. The FBI know who they are, the DOJ know who they are. I'm surprised the information hasn't come out, because by crikey, surely somebody knows who they are. But tell me about... Look what popped over on me. It is all about... okay. I'll show you the cards that... It's all about the sabotage and deceit and stealing and the lies and this is the stealing of the truth and lying to the people, leaving the armoury basically unguarded, but it is all about deviousness. The next card, the moon. Seedy underbelly, just mob action, but it is going to come out. It is going to be exposed. Heartbreak and loss. Then we have, you're going to laugh at these cards that come out. We then had, that popped out, this was on the top, and then I'm just following, and then I split the pack to put them back in, and this is just following the story of when I split the pack. There is going to be a restriction of movement, and we've got this devil energy. And then I also have I'm going to call this my Merrick Garland card, but it's really my DOJ card, because all the cards are in their hands. They have everything at their disposal. And it is going to lead to loss and disappointment. And then if I looked at this, was judgment. A bombshell is going to come out. Now, I'll bring you down to have a look at my mess of my table, but this is the three. These are the three, and this is all what was on. So these were the ones that fell out first up, along with this and this. So we had lies, betrayal, deceit, just outright lies, just lies, going to be exposed. There's going to be heartbreak and loss in regards to that. It is about something to do with the past, and there is a whistleblower in the camp, but this is also bringing forward of the truth. The next lot I had that came out was... Now, this is not my usual way of reading, but this is the story that is coming out. there is going to be a restriction of movement due to being tied to this greed, avarice, toxicity, power, hungriness. We've got judgment, an inevitable ending, and then we have something really, really unexpected coming forward. Even though nothing will surprise us anymore, it is going to be surprising. And then I'm just trying to think where these came from now. And then we had, the illusion and delusion, the tower moment, retreat, under investigation, bombarded with information. This is why I'm saying I didn't know where to start this morning. It's not tonight, it's blooming 10 o'clock in the morning. Because there's so much information coming out. And then we had justice. So this was the deck that fell out. I split the deck to put them back in. These were the ones that were on one layer, and these were the ones on another layer. So to me, it's actually three stories. So we've got the lies going to be brought to the surface, the seedy underbelly, the mobster activity, going to lead to despair and heartbreak. It's all to do with the past, and there is actually a whistleblower in the camp. Then we have these ones. I'll just pop those to the side. It's telling me three aspects of this story. There is going to be, okay, thank you, Meister. He does like to tell me when I'm reading something wrong. Trump is feeling really hemmed in by the truth. He feels he's really starting to feel hemmed in by the truth, and there is also going to be restriction put on him. So whether he wanted to flee and couldn't, I'm not sure, but this is him. He's just feeling. It's also a card about mental health as well. He's in decline, but yeah, he's just feeling it's all coming in at him in a way he cannot control, and it's all to do with this evil power, toxic, all the rest of it, inevitable ending, and literally judgment. There is going to be something come out that we don't know yet, and it is going to surprise us. Even though we say nothing will surprise us anymore, there is going to be something surprising coming out in regards to the delusion that was cast over the US, and still many people are still under it. We've got this tower moment, having to retreat. This is also about illness. There is investigation going on at the moment. There's so much information coming out. That's why I said I'm not going to read on Bedminster. The FBI and the DOJ are all over that, and we won't find out until after it happens. But so much information coming out that's going to lead to literally justice. So I'll put those aside. The next lot I get was the DOJ, my Merrick Garland. His actions are, the DOJ's actions are going to lead to disappointment. Now, it may not catch everybody, but it's going to catch a fair few. And I'll have a look a bit further into some of that. But it's going to be emotionally overwhelming for the US, both in a positive and a negative way. Positive in the, oh my God, thank goodness this is over, we can move forward. But also, I cannot believe how I was duped. And then we move back to this temperance and moderation and balancing in regards to the lawmakers and the voter. Okay, that was a story. That's not where I meant to go with that. I was just asking who is at the golf course. No, actually I asked, tell me about what's going on at the golf course. And that Eight of Swords is just really playing on me at the moment. It's like he's surrounded by these half dozen people, or 8 people, or however many they were, and they are telling him the truth, and he doesn't want to know it. He's trying to wheedle his way out. So, and it literally looked like a mob photo. What did I say? The Last Subpoena was the title that somebody had put on a meme that went around social media. Okay, tell me about what's going to come out of these meetings at the golf course. What's going to come out of these meetings at the golf course? What flipped up? It's the same old cards when it comes to this dude. He's really, and the base is, he's really anxious. Oh, okay. Thank you, Meister. I peeked at the next card as well, and I will read on it. I will. This is him telling me to stop shuffling, and because I peeked at the next one, I will read on it. Okay, real anxiety, not sleeping at night, feels like everything is coming down at once. And obvious, and literally it is actually, because what's happened is all the information has now come out, it's been collated, and it is coming at him at once. The truth is just absolutely bombarding him. Crossed by, that's why when I peeked the next one and I went, yep, got to stop shuffling this. This is where he wants me to be. Crossed by this devil energy. Crossed by the greed for power, addiction. Yeah, addiction's a big one. And you know, there is speculation that Trump is addicted to Adderall. And I have read, and I don't think it was just Coca-Cola in those Coca-Cola cans. Yeah, addiction. Power, addiction to power as well. Base of the reading. We've got this bombshell. I poker shuffled and shuffled. We've got this absolute unexpected news coming out. In the past was the illusion and delusion. So the wool has been lifted from the eyes of most Americans. And the legal system is moving now, but this is also about, this goes with the devil card and also with illusion and delusion about power and choices. All those cups are holding something emotionally powerful, and that was the addiction, was they are emotionally addicted to the power. Crowning the reading, the truth is going to be packed up and moved into calmer waters, so things are going to get better. The immediate future. So this was, tell me about the golf course itself. Yeah, this is Trump. Okay, thank you. Trump desperately trying to hold on to what he has. Desperately trying to find a way out. He's out of money. Fast running out of friends. Fast running out of advisors. I don't know why anyone would want to be seen with him. But yeah, this is him insecure and desperately trying to hold on to whatever he can. The externally, reaping what he sows. Externally. Always comes back, can only run for so long. Internally, okay, he's trying to make make agreements and partnerships and contracts and come together with people who will help him. This is what he's doing internally. He's trying to, and neither of them actually look particularly pleased about it, but he is trying to make some sort of pact with people who he thinks might be able to help him. Hope and fear is it's the investigation. And that's his fear, that this light is going to illuminate everything. All of the investigations. Outcome. Okay, outcome, we have it's giving and receiving help, but paid. And I hope whoever lawyer decides to give him assistance gets paid up enough up front to be able to retire on. But this is also my grifting card, money laundering, just passing the money through the hands, and you've got this dude here able to dole it out to these desperate individuals, and one is getting and one isn't. But it is about giving and receiving help, but it's to do with money. Full illumination. Things are going to come out regardless. full illumination in regards to the money, in regards to the domestic security of the country. On the base, let's have a look. Yeah. On the base, we have. Okay, he's going to try and. He's going to try and stall. I peeked at the next couple, and I thought, no, I won't. But then, yes, I've been told to keep going. All he's doing is just trying to stall everything. There is a crossroads to be reached. Messages coming forward, but the truth is going to stand. Okay, at the base we had wounded and retreat. So what I'm getting there is, so justice didn't come up. I thought it might have. The legal system didn't come up, as in the Hierophant, which I thought it might have. But this is externally, he's now reaping what he sowed. Internally, he's desperately trying to make some sort of agreement with someone to help him in regards to this investigation. And giving and receiving help, but who's giving and receiving help to whom? I'd ask on that, but it's interesting that the anxiety and the devil were very first, and there is information regarding the money going to come forward in regards to the domestic security situation is going to be fully illuminated. So I might just pop this giving and receiving help card here and throw a couple of cards on who's going to give and who's going to receive. Who's going to give? I'll do one card on the left and one card on the right. Givers on the left, receivers on the right. Who is giving and receiving this help? Who's giving and receiving this help? Judgment on the bottom. Who is giving and receiving this help? Who is giving and receiving this help? Who is giving and receiving this help? Oh, that card does not want to go back in. Right. Defence on the left and burden on the right. Okay. So Trump is burdened under all these messages, and it is about his defence. So these are the lawyers giving and receiving. But it's all about the messaging coming out. So many messages, and this is also the end of a cycle. So the outcome is this: there is some defence lawyer. He's going to pay well to represent him, represent the unrepresentable. Okay, so that's what he's doing at the golf course. He's trying to work out a plan of action. He's trying to get somebody to represent him. Oh gosh. Have a look at the subpoenas. Now there were two as I said, two close advisors that had their phones seized. Boris Epshitin and Mike Roma. Boris was the lawyer, Trump lawyer. Roma was the campaign strategist. Oh boy, apparently the subpoenas have gone out to every layer and echelon. I'll ask about the subpoenas first, and then I'll ask about the phones. Tell me about these subpoenas that have gone out. Right, what are we looking at? The 14th of September. Doesn't give a lot of time. I gather they've got to appear before the January 6th committee on the 21st. And the first, January the 6th, is the 28th. So I'd say the January 6th have a lot of information already. They're wanting these people to verify it and lead to, these cards are not shuffling. I think I've got the wrong cards here. Thank you. Anything I don't get to today, I'll get to tomorrow. Assuming nothing new comes out and I end up in the same situation. That's better, thank you. Tell me about these subpoenas. Tell me about these subpoenas. Tell me about these subpoenas. Tell me about these subpoenas, please. The subpoenas. Subpoenas. Didn't feel quite right. Feels like it was trying too hard. Tell me about these subpoenas, please. Tell me about these subpoenas. Tell me about these subpoenas. Okay, thank you. Right. Okay, the Queen of Cups, who I will very possibly call in this situation Liz Cheney. Very calm, cool, collected, diplomatic, great orator, powerful female figure. But she has something in this cup that she has not yet revealed. This is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it, and she's staring at it intently, with intention, staring at it almost with anger, but with intention. Okay, crossed by, no, this I misthought with this card. This is my Tripping Weight Tarot. This is about those who are independent, financially independent, but not free. They are hamstrung by their money. But this is about independence. Okay, what's this one? Oh, okay, thank you, Master. And Naryn. This is... Master's the one that yells at me. Naryn is just such a soothing spirit leader. These subpoenas that have gone out, they've gone out to people who are not bound to Trump. I'm getting a lot of women. If you think about, so we've got the Cassidy and I can't even remember most of the names, but you think of the young ladies who were the hired help who came forward with documented information that their superiors would not admit to or release. It's these independent women who are going to bring forward this information. Okay, we'll keep going. Base. Tell me about these subpoenas. Foundation of the reading is insecurity. There's a lot of insecurity floating around, not by some that got the subpoenas, but also those who know who got the subpoenas. There's a lot of insecurity surround at the base of this. Chariot moving forward really quickly. Now, I said time and again, because so many people were out on social media going, oh, Merrick Garland, he's not doing anything, he's a weak wuss, blah, blah, blah. And I always push back saying, he is working behind the scenes and we won't know until it happens. And that's what's happening. And the speed of the movement now, everyone's going, oh, how wonderful Merrick Garland is. Well, yes, because he spent all that time crossing his T's and dotting his I's and finding the prawn heads in the curtain rods. That's what Merrick Garland does. He's very, very meticulous and detailed, and it's all coming out now. There's just, it's head spinning what's coming out now. So there is really fast movement forward in the past. So this is what's happening now. Crowning the reading is the Queen of Wands, the lawmakers, the January 6th committee. Whereas the Queen of Cups was Liz Cheney herself. This is the January 6th committee crowning the reading. Immediate future, wish fulfillment. there's going to be a lot of sorry about this, rubbing of lamps is what I was told. There's going to be a lot of rubbing of lamps and hoping that they can wish it all away. Okay, thank you, Meister. That's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion here. 9 cups of emotion and a lot of holy crap, I wish it would just all go away. Okay, externally. Well, I'm not surprised this fella's popped up. This is in regards to the subpoenas being issued by the DOJ. Harsh truth coming forward very rapidly. Internally, the harsh truth coming forward in regarding to who the money trail, who received money, who gave money, who was bribed, who was corrupted, who was paid for what. And that's what I said in my little intro blurb, is it's about the money trail and the fake electors. But what I'm really getting at is these 40 subpoenas, and I got it the other day as well when I was just meditating. I know they're looking into the fake electors, but I'm really, yesterday when I heard about these subpoenas going out, my instant thought was it's all about the money. It's about the fraud, the bribery, the corruption, who received what from whom. Okay, hopes and fears. Boy, there's going to be a lot trying to defend themselves. There's a lot that's going to come out that some are going to have to defend themselves against. A lot of information that's going to be very uncomfortable for some. Queen of Swords, our third queen of this reading. The truth, the investigators. Right, the subpoenas issued by the DOJ, there's going to be some restrictions come through. I'm not sure whether this is restrictions on the DOJ on the January the 6th, although, oh no, okay, thank you, Meister. Gosh, he's informed today. It is going to be restrictions on those that are being investigated. These people. Going to be restrictions on them. Put on them by the Biden administration, that is going to lead to authentic reform. It's going to lead to the downfall of this patriarchal capitalism, corrupt, buy yourself a senator. There are going to be really dramatic changes coming out of these investigations in regards to the corruption. So the DOJ has the strength on their side. It is about reaping what people have sowed, and it will be their inevitable ending of many. Not necessarily those that got the subpoena, but it is about the strength of the DOJ reaping what is being sowed, and complete and utter downfall for some. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so it's telling me it's about the money. It's about money. There's so many money trails who paid for certain things to do with the January the 6th. But I want to have a look at the Legal Defence Fund. Okay, is the Legal Defence Fund being invested? Because it's shades of Bannon. I'm not saying Bannon was involved, but Bannon was taken down, or is being taken down, because of fraud. He said, if you give this money, it's going towards X case. What was it? Building a wall. The wall was never built. The money was pocketed, and so therefore it's fraud, telling people what this money was for. So it's the same with the Legal Defence Fund. I don't know if any of it actually. Well, the Legal Defence Fund did not exist. We'll put that straight out there. There was no such I believe, from what I've read, there was no such entity as the Legal Defence Fund. $250 million they raised. What threw out at me there? Oh dear. Okay. As I'm talking about, 3 cars just flung out. Come and join me down here and see what they are. No surprises there. Deception, betrayal, stealing of the truth, others walking away in disgust, but literally just complete deviousness, sabotage and betrayal. Disappointment at what is being offered here. Also can be lethargy, because all the cups are upright, the option is there, but lethargy, and then the Tower. But I do want to go a little bit further in depth in regards to that, the Tower downfall, so that something better can be rebuilt. And at the base is the King of Pentacles, the slow, diligent progress forward by the lawmakers in regards to the money trail. The money trail. So regardless of what happened, $250 million was raised. $5 here, $10 there, usually from people that can least afford it. $10 million, I gather, went to the Save America PAC, and then where it went from there, goodness knows who, but it means $150 million went missing in the middle. Right, this card's leapt out at me before, which is telling me it's actually a significant card in regards to this. So I'll put that down as the signifier and keep shuffling. See, okay, oh boy, chills straight up the legs, and see really what that is, what that, the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords just tried to come out as well. Okay, tell me about the money trail in this legal defence fund. Tell me about this legal defence fund money trail. Thank you. So this was the signifier. I'm still not 100% sure because it has multiple meanings, but it is disappointment at what is on offer. Now this may be the donors disappointed that their money is gone, has been taken, emotional disappointment at what's happened. 'Tis the Ace of Cups that is holding this. So you've got the hand coming out of the cloud with the cup with the star over it. It is the Ace of Cups. It is offering a new beginning, a new emotional beginning, but it's not been taken. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Master. This is telling me about the MAGA faithful. They just refuse to believe. However, there is this harsh truth coming forward in regards to this legal defence fund. And very quickly, very quickly. Oh, it was all lies. It was just a way to raise money when he was not able to raise money anymore because he was not a president and he was not a candidate, etc. It was all lies. In the past, Queen of Cups, okay. So I'm thinking that they already know. They just have to get the confirmation of it before, as I said, this is my Liz Cheney card, staring intently at this cup, just waiting to whip that lid off. So the lid's not been removed yet. So they know what dangerous information, well, not dangerous for the United States as such, but just bombshell information there is in there. They already know they've got it contained and they're just waiting for the moment to lift that lid. Crowning the reading is the voter. This is all happening on behalf of democracy and the voter. Immediate future, big stick, whack on head. So really momentous information reveal moment. Externally, which is going to lead to complete and utter downfall for some. Internally, those involved are really hoping their ship can come in, that they can make a plan work. Hopes and fears, but there is a lot of insecurity around it. Russia. Now, why has Russia popped up here? The Empress also does mean abundance, renewal, rebirth, etc. But usually when I'm reading on money and the Trump and his hanger-oners, this is my Russia card. So Russia has appeared. Another major arcana, the Fool. Literally foolish. Foolish in the face of the lawmakers. There are oh goodness, okay, thank you. There are lawmakers. Now this cat sees everything, but there are lawmakers. She looks a bit worried. She's got her sunflower of Ukraine in one hand and her staff in the other. She's got her cat who sees everything at her feet, but she looks really worried. And what I'm thinking is this cat are the hired help who see everything. So this will be my next step. So I've got Russia, foolishness by some lawmakers. It's going to be exposed, seedy underbelly exposed. It's going to be emotionally overwhelming. And then we have emotionally overwhelming for this patriarchal society, for Trump, but also the patriarchal society. Now, when I say patriarchal society, I'm not necessarily talking about wealthy figures. I'm talking about those who I'm tough because I've got guns, women should be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, the children will do what I tell them or I'll slap them around. You know, that sort of mentality. And they are going to find whatever information that is revealed by all this really hard for them to stomach, difficult for them to stomach. Their $10 that went to their defence fund, that they spent on that instead of a box of ammunition or whatever, that it was just taken by Trump to pay an interest payment or something. They're going to be really find that very difficult to process. Okay, well then I want to have a move on to, I'm going to use the same cards. So 30 million was spent, according to US CIA is the international one, I believe. Investigators. I've gone complete blank, but you know what I mean. The authorities that do all the looking into. 30 million US was spent on election interfering worldwide by Russia. So this is in the Australian election, this is in the French election, currently possibly in the Swedish election, Brazil, UK, very much UK, and very much the US. Two cards flew out, walking away from what is no longer serving and full illumination. And then at the base we have reaping what they sow. So I think what that's telling me is that, well, Russia doesn't have any money at the moment to spend, but they're walking away in disappointment from the actual outcomes. They spent all this money. Now granted, 2016 election, yes, they were successful. The Boris Johnson one, yes, they were successful. But the wheels have completely fallen off, as people have seen through. But I want to know about The lawmakers in the US and in the UK, or just lawmakers in general, all over the world. The US is the easy target. I'll stick with the US because there are known recipients in the US. The other countries, their lawmakers tended to be a little bit more devious and underhanded, whereas in the US they're blatantly straight out, front and centre. I'm thinking of you, Jim Jordan. I'm thinking of you, Bobert. I'm thinking, yeah, oh, you know who I'm talking about. Okay. Tell me about US lawmakers, current US lawmakers, on all levels, and this 30 million from Russia. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Right. Let's have a look. 45 minutes already. I'll get on to the Russian Oligarchs tomorrow. Yeah, inevitable ending that they're going to be found out. Yeah, judgment, literally. They will find themselves in this under judgment in regards to it. Page of Wands. There is someone that's going to come out with a message. It is only a page, but this is, the messages are coming out. Okay, thank you. They're not in-your-face messages, they're just ones we need to be aware of, and I suspect that's because they're still under investigation, but there are messages coming out in a minor way. Ace of Swords, the truth. The foundation is literally the truth, so the truth is coming out in regards to this. In the past, yeah, these lawmakers, now the Wands is also my card for the lawmakers, but this is about a plan coming to fruition, a ship coming in, getting the bounty, etc. So this was them sitting on the knoll. Their plan came to pass, their ship came in, and they thought it was all hunky-dory. Okay, but crowning the reading. Well, there's some of them going to go to jail about this, I think, or be severely restricted in regards to this. And there's a lot of mental anxiety in regards to it. Immediate future. There is something really unexpected, completely left field going to come out. Well, yeah, I said it again and again. Those of us who are open-minded and are aware won't be surprised, but there is something really surprising going to come forward for a lot of people. Completely unexpected. Externally, well, King of Pentacles, Trump, Putin. Yep, it's those who follow Trump. Okay, thank you, Master. Internally, the voter. Okay, it's the voter that was affected by this internally. Externally, it was these figures that got the money. Internally, it was the voter that was really affected. Hopes and fears. Fool's gold. It's literally melting in the hand. They're finding it's a poison chalice, I think is what they're going to find out. The outcome, insecurity. The Star of Hope, the best of what is the USA. Restoration. Knight of Wands message coming forward very quickly about this foolishness. And then we have the World. Okay, so at this stage, so there is a lot of insecurity in regards to this. This is what is best about the United States, about balance, cooperation, equal to land and water. No person is above, liberty and, you know, all the rest of it. There is information going to come forward about the foolishness that is going to bring about the ending. At the moment, the work is underway, and there is a whistleblower or whistleblowers that are going to bring forward this information, that karma's going to catch up and bite them on the bum. And we have this Queen of Wands again, who has this information in the cup that she is just waiting for this work to be done so that she can reveal, and then this harsh truth is going to come forward, followed by justice. And here is the money. Lots and lots of money. The next card having to defend themselves, etc. Yeah. So that was the 30 million. It is going to come out. There's a lot of insecurity in regards to this. It literally was a poison chalice for those that accepted it. There is going to be justice come to them. If you'd like me to have a look at particular names, feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll see whether they're going to be caught up in this or not. Okay, thank you for joining me. As with everything, observe, don't get down in the gutter. Make your arguments with provable facts. Don't get emotional if you can help it. Vote as soon as your opportunity comes up to vote, and we shall see you tomorrow. Any questions? Love to, or put them in the box below. I'm just looking back to see when the Swedish election was on. Oh, it was on the weekend, and I gather, as per my reading, there hasn't been a result as of yet, as all the parties are negotiating back and forth. But I did see the left, I believe, if I remember correctly, coming out in front at this stage. But they're going to find themselves hamstrung by some of the things that they have to agree with. So we'll see how that plays out. So thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Stay safe, stay sane. Be alert but not alarmed, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.